I've mentioned that we often end up in conversations with a narcissist and we notice that they just go nowhere. We have a problem to discuss or an issue to address and we get no response, or it gets sidetracked. Sometimes this happens in such a way or so regularly that we don't even know that it occurred. It can be until much later that we actually realise that the thing that we want to talk about or needed some input on or a solution to just didn't happen. This is stonewalling. Hi, I'm Sophia from Wellbeing, and today I want to talk to you about another tactic that the abuser can use to throw you off balance and cause you to be emotionally dysregulated. Remember, if you like what I have to say, press the subscribe button and like and share, as these vlogs are made to help those in abusive relationships and often those that are struggling alone. It could be something like this that just helps provide a little clarity and support. Stonewalling is one of the tactics used to gain control of a conversation or to alter its direction. You may have even used it yourself at times. The problems occur when it's used as part of the manipulation process. As with many abuse tactics, it's part of a cluster that add up and eventually create those feelings of isolation, vulnerability, indecision and helplessness. This is not communication or caring. This is a blatant disregard for your needs. If you have a desire to discuss something and have a mature conversation, but you receive no direction, or worse still, misdirection to another topic, or nothing, because no answer is no dialogue and there's no closure. Now, the reason this occurs is that for whatever is in the abuser's mind, they don't want to reveal their thoughts, as they may not lead to where they want them to go, or they're still in the hoovering or love bombing stage, and they know if they actually say what they think that you'll be upset. So it's part of an avoidance strategy. They may also not say it because it means that you're taking initiative or control, and this won't sit well with their need to have the attention, the approval, and with their entitlement attitude. Unfortunately though, it can leave you feeling really dysregulated. After all, aren't you supposed to be in a close relationship? Shouldn't you be able to discuss anything and everything and ask for feedback? The third reason stonewalling may occur is that they just aren't interested, and this is equally as hurtful. However it occurs, no matter if you try and push for answers, the results are that these type of characters, if they don't like what you're doing, may then go on and respond with a silent treatment. Now, this tactic can be used in a number of ways as well. It's punishing and it's cold, and it makes them unreachable. It can leave you feeling quite confused and abandoned. It's a step up from stonewalling, and it's used for other ways, and it's used to teach you a lesson. Say, for example, you did something that the abuser didn't like. Maybe you refused to do something that they wanted you to do. Well, with those sort of passive-aggressive people, what they're going to do is they're going to take this form of reaction and it's going to play out onto you. It can last for hours, days, and I've literally been in a situation where it lasted for weeks. And this occurred in relation to a direct question about a household task. So no dialogue, and yet when I confronted him about what he was doing, he literally used stonewalling with questions. What do you mean? I'm talking to you now, aren't I? And then would leave the room. So it's really confusing, it can be quite disconcerting, and it can take a variety of different avenues. So the question is really, how do we cope with this if it's part of our daily life? You won't be able to reach them, and even if you do capitulate and give in to what they originally wanted, it's not going to change the dynamic, as now time has elapsed. The strength needs to come from within. And to do this, there's no sudden magic cure. It's a process by which you change your habits and your cognition of the events. By this I mean, instead of getting depressed and feeling helpless, you go inward and you create strategies on how to cope. And I'll go a little bit into this in detail in the next video. But for now, know that we need to change, that we need to develop new practices. First of all, to make us feel better, and secondly, to help us gain some inner control. Now maybe it's the time to start taking care of yourself, for example, physically, so that you get those good hormones circulating, and the benefit is that you'll also start to feel better as you're now being proactive. So fix up that diet, find that exercise that you like, and start creating momentum. The next thing you need to do is perhaps find help emotionally. You've probably tried talking to friends and relatives, and in previous vlogs I mentioned how that can sometimes make matters worse. But could you find a better way to get help emotionally? Perhaps you could find a coach to give you some tools, or a support group of like-minded people. Whatever you do, by looking after you, you become stronger. You may have to start from the outside and work in, as this is sometimes easier and it can help create new habits. It'll give you more positive things to think about rather than focusing on what's happening to you, and it'll show you that there are certain things that you do have control of, which is really important for your identity, your confidence, and for you to keep moving forward. So until next time, when I elaborate more on how to gain an even better focus, I'm sending you much love, and please share and subscribe so that we can all help each other.